Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Washoe, Nevada. I am Mr. Hiccup. It is just after 8 o'clock in the morning on the next game day. As you can see, it looks like our crops have become ready to harvest. You may also notice that all the money is gone. And this is because I decided to go ahead and buy the land up here just on top of the hill where the animal pens are going to go, and this field over here is the grass field, so I can start cutting grass. And the plan is hopefully out of this harvest to be able to purchase a mower of some type. And that way we can go ahead and get our grass cutting underway, maybe make some money. Hopefully we'll have some more requests of some hauling jobs, some tanker jobs that have come in. And that would be very beneficial. Get our header pulled out here. Get our harvester ready to go so we can harvest this field. We're also going to need to plant, I believe it's field 4, the cotton field, which we have just turned in, and get it ready with some kind of crop. Forgot which way I had this put on the trailer. We just have to turn this around here. But yes, I believe this crop should bring in enough for us to buy a mower, um, which will then allow us to make some money off the grass. Eventually hay, we'll have to buy another implement for that, but that's okay. Our farm is growing. Now I did plant soybean in this field, so that's why I'm counting on this to be more than enough to be able to buy the mower that I'm wanting to purchase. So we're going to set our worker off here. We also need to buy a plow because this field needs to be plowed before we put in the next crop as well. So I think we'll put the header trailer up, get attached to our um, grain trailer. So we can empty our worker out as he needs it. Alright. And now we'll have this ready for our worker. So it spent pretty much the entire last half of the game day just pouring rain. Absolutely miserable. But we should now have plenty of moisture for our crops to grow. The ground should be in good shape. Of course, this is going to have to be turned anyways. But I believe we do have a great start. So we're going to get our case. We're going to go ahead and go over to field 4. And I believe that I'm going to go ahead and do oats this time. So let's go ahead and change that while we're thinking about it. Oats. Get over here to field 4, get that started. We'll set him off on a worker so we can empty our combine harvester. The reason that the grass field was so expensive was because I went ahead and bought the barn and the area around it as well. That way we do have sell point and can make money off of it. May even looking into getting a what's it called? Bunker silo at some point. And maybe making a little silage might be decent to make money off of. That way we're not just selling grass all the time. But that's future plans, because for now we only have a little over $2,000. That's not going to get us very far. I've also thought about clearing just this area here. One tree at a time, selling that, see if we make a little profit off of it. Maybe putting another machine shed over here. Shouldn't be much longer and our harvester will need to be emptied. So we'll go ahead and get our cover open, get ready for him. And we'll wait. So as I was sitting here waiting on the harvester to fill up, I just received a message from the foreman at the mine that said they could use some fuel if I could get it down there today. Checked with my worker in the harvester, he's about 50% full. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a fuel run. I did contact the manager over at the diesel buy point and told him the situation, and he is going to let us buy fuel today because he knows the guy at the quarry on credit, and at the end of it, when all the funds are transferred, we'll end up with a profit and he'll end up with the money for the fuel that we are about to get from him. So we're going to be able to help another person out in the community here. Really do believe buying this tanker will pay off as long as people need diesel. I think I'll just do it the same way I did last time. I'll just pull up here and back in. Seemed to work very nicely. And we'll fill up here. So it appears that we're not going to be able to buy any more fuel. It was my understanding we was going to be able to purchase it on credit, but obviously not. So what we may have to do is, if he needs more diesel, haul him some more off of whatever profits we make off of this run. Which hopefully be quite a bit. Take the shortcut through our farm. Quickest way to get over to the quarry. I did not estimate the fact that if we did have any more requests, that we may have to purchase the diesel. So this may be a little bit of a hindrance. Looks like they're running a pretty decent operation back in here. Hopefully they won't see 1,700 liters of diesel as a joke. This should work quite nicely for some time. Okay, let me speak to the manager, the foreman here real quick, and see what he has to say. Okay, so the foreman said that is going to be enough diesel to get him by for a couple of days. That if in the next couple of days, if I could bring him a bigger load, that he would greatly appreciate it, but it will get him by for the time being. So as you can see, we have tripled our money just off of that little bit of diesel. Which we know from before, to fill our tank up takes about $40,000. So in the next couple of days, we need to try to raise as close to $40,000 as we possibly can to fulfill our obligation to the quarry And I got the understanding that if we do them a good job now, that they're probably going to let us make a delivery about once a week, which is going to be outstanding for profits. But I had not planned on getting in on this side of the business. I was hoping maybe the water would be profitable. Um, I'm not sure how often the Area 51 people are going to want diesel, but it seems like now I may have somebody else interested in me hauling for them, which could turn out to be quite profitable if I watch my bank account closely and am actually able to buy the diesel. Looks like we may have gotten back just in time. Is this his last roll? Oh, couldn't be any better. So obviously this is not going to be $40,000 worth of soybean. So we may have to do a little tree cutting. I think I'm going to hold off on buying the mower for a little while. Just to save our money, so hopefully we'll be able to buy enough diesel to satisfy the quarry. So the best place to sell soybean at this time would be the transport company, which is not far away from all. It's just on the other side of the shop. So it looks like it's going to be probably 23,000. It should put us close to the 30 mark, which will be 3/4 of a tank of diesel. Minus the 7,500 liters that I've already carried, would be close to a full load. Or will be a full load. So we may try to get that to him tomorrow. And if I can manage to cut down a tree and just haul it off, we may still be able to buy our mower today. Although it may be wiser just to wait till after I sell the diesel tomorrow to make sure that I can carry as much as possible. Let's see how much we make off the soybean here. $22,900. So we have just over 30,000. I suppose we could do a contract as well. That would get us on up to the 40,000 mark. And I'll be willing to bet that our worker here has quit working because we are out of seed. We are. So we'll have to kind of fill that up at some point. Yes. I believe it is time to cut some trees. So I am just going to get our harvester put back up here, get one of these trees down, and then I'll be back with you shortly because don't imagine you want to see me doing the boring stuff like just shuffling equipment around the yard. So we shall be back. Okay, so I have just gotten the tree cut up here. Turns out that we're going to have to clear from the other way this way because our property line ends somewhere in here and these trees aren't mine. But the trees on the other end are fair game. And I think it would be a wonderful spot for a placeable to keep some more equipment. So let's get us loaded up here and see if we make any kind of money off of this wood. Hopefully we will make a little. It was not a huge tree, so I don't know how much we will make, but we should make some. Oh, that one didn't quite make it. Just a few more pieces here. Okay, well that works. Almost. Not sure if that one went over or not. We'll go check here in a minute. That one managed to get in. I believe this is the last piece. And I think we managed to get them all in the trailer. Let me check here. Yep, just a stump left. Good. Okay. So the sawmill is on the way to the quarry, just up on the hill. So not a very long drive. We'll make a little extra money. Find out how profitable cutting trees down is going to be. I did spend a little money on a good Husqvarna chainsaw, so cut down trees if we needed to. Perhaps I was a little too eager to get into all the different endeavors that I could get into on this map. But we're not scared of a little hard work to get it done, so we'll make it work. Should just be over this rise here. And the driveway should be coming up. Or have I missed it altogether? I may have missed it altogether. No, I don't think so. Maybe it's this little switchback down here. Yes, this is the entrance. I love these little old cabins. Where all the loggers work. Or live. The workers live. People who cut the logs. Let's see here. Looks like our sell point is just here. Now, can we don't have access to this land? Odd. Well, that tree was not worth very much, it appears. Not as good as I'd hoped. Just shy of making the money back for the chainsaw. So it looks as though we are going to have to just hold off on anything else until tomorrow afternoon. Could cut down, a few more trees. We have spent the money on doing that now. So I may spend the rest of the afternoon cutting down a couple more trees and getting them hauled off. To make us a little extra money, and then tomorrow morning we'll be able to go and sell our diesel and hopefully be back for the good again. Suppose I do need to talk to the guy at the diesel plant, because there's apparently some kind of misunderstanding on my part as what the agreement was, because I know that before it seemed as though I could buy the fuel on credit and the man would get his money as the fuel was sold. So that was interesting. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.